Okay, let's see if we can get this countdown working. So we want to start the game on game state 2. So when we are in the start of the game, it's right at the top, ain't it? Game state 2. Which means when we boot and we do everything, we don't change the game state. Although actually we can. And then we do the first move when game state reaches 0. So here we can go to countdown, game state equals 2. And game state 2. Which means when we press a button to continue, when we go game over, inputs game over. When I press this button back to countdown, I know there's a bit of duplication, but rather safe than sorry. Okay, then in TIC, we need to then be, so this is the end of game states. In here, we need else if game state is equal to 2, then this is countdown. And in here we need to read in, actually we don't need to read any inputs, we just need to draw countdown. And then we also need to updates countdown. Updates countdown. Okay. So what's a good place to put this? Updates countdown. There's updates game. Draw game. Let's do it above updates game. Function updates countdown. Okay, we start the countdown. We start the countdown at whatever a particular timestamp is. So let's put one in here and we call it countdown start is equal to time. So time gives us a timestamp for how long the game has been running. In boot, when we go to game state 2, we also set, what did I call it now? Countdown start. We also set countdown start to that same number, time. Then in updates countdown, if, how many seconds countdown do we need? 3 seconds. Time plus 3 seconds, so plus 3000, because this is a milliseconds, is greater than, no, if time is greater than countdown start plus 3000, then end. Then we do our first move, and then we set game state is equal to 0, and then we're off to the races. What did I break? Oh, right, because we're calling draw countdown, but it doesn't exist yet. So there's draw game. So after draw game, we're going to put, there's the end of draw game. We're going to put a function called draw countdown in end. In here, we're just going to, for now, print counting. We're going to put this at, I don't know, 20, 20, 12, just so that we can see that we're in countdown. And then when it's done, the game should just start running. Oh, and we can't be in debug mode for this anymore. Debug mode, false. Counting. And then the game starts. Okay. So a couple of things we need to do. Draw countdown needs to also draw everything. So it also needs to draw the game. That's step 1. Did I spell that right? What's this say? Attempt to perform arithmetic in X direction. Drawing the game that hasn't ticked yet, that hasn't moved yet. Oh, so then in the update, the move has to happen before that happens. So let's quickly rip out that in updates countdown. I had the first move in here. This does actually have to stay in boot. Maybe above it, actually. Okay, 3, 2, 1, go. Now we just need to put the big countdown in the middle of the screen. But to make that look nice, we want to center it. Right? So I'm going to write a little function quick. Here's all my helper functions. Wait, where's all my draw functions? They're here somewhere. New segment, check snail, check eat, move, debug draw. Okay, above debug draw. There's debug. There's the draw grid. There's draw segment. So in here we're going to do draw. Let's do print, not capital letters. Print with a shadow. And then in here we're going to take text, X, Y, all the same stuff that you would send to the print command. And scale. So then we can go print text, X, Y, color. I feel like I'm missing one. Oh, the fixed width is false. So I keep losing my place. Oh, it's print shadow. We are going to default to not having fixed width and then scale. Okay. So now that countdown text, find the word countdown. Counting, here we go. So instead of print, we're going to go print shadow, send it all the same stuff. And the scale is going to be 2. So now it's big. Okay. And then we move it to, where did we print game over? 1660. So the height is going to be 60. But then before we draw this, we're going to draw everything exactly the same. Before we print it, we're printing everything exactly the same, but in black. And 2 pixels to the right and 2 pixels down. Game over is at 1660, counting is at 22 and 62. This is reading my X and Y coordinates weird. Let's go look at draw print shadow quick. X, oh, my Y position is wrong. Okay, counting. Okay, but what we're going to print there, the X coordinates for this we still need to tweak. But what we're going to print there is going to be draw countdown. Let's just call it number is going to be, should we just hard code it to 3 seconds? So then we go time minus countdown start. It gives us how many seconds we've been waiting, and it should be 3000 minus this, which will give us a big number that's counting down, and then we print number here, run it, see, 2, 1, 0. Okay, but we need this number to be a more human readable number, so this whole number divide by 1000 and floored, so that it's a 3, so it's 2, 1, 0, go. But we need this whole thing to be +1, so it goes 3, 2, 1, start. 3, 2, 1, start. This also means we can make the scale 3, 3, 2, 1, start. And now we need to center it. So let's quickly do some math here. X position, X countdown, X, that's a dumb name, but we'll fix it in a second, is going to be the border plus half of the grid width, grid size times cell size divide by 2, integer divide. But then we also need to take the width of the letter, needs to also get 9 pixels added to it. No, 9 pixels subtracted from it to move it left slightly. And then this CTDX is going to be that number. There we go. Now it's nicely centered. 2, 1, and then it blinks 0 for a second. Why does it blink 0 for a second? Oh, because it runs an update which sets it to start, and then there's a single frame where it hasn't started yet. So maybe in this one instance, I need to put the draw countdown before I put the updates. So in TIC, maybe we draw the countdown before we do the update, so that it's technically drawing the previous frame still. 2, 1, go. It still blinks. Oh, I think I know. In countdown updates, updates countdown should be greater than or equals to, and I can maybe put a buffer in there as well. It still blinks, so I can actually trigger the start of the game at 2990, 2993, 2, 1, go. It still blinks. 2900, 1, 0. That's okay. I'm okay with that. So now our game is going. And then if we die and we restart, minus 24! Oh! Somewhere countdown start is not being set again. That's probably where it's going wrong, is how we're printing the number on screen. Let me see if I can do this in a better way. Local number should be math.floor of time minus countdown start. Okay, this should give us a number counting up. Oop, not enough brackets? Too many brackets? Okay, that is a number that counts up. And we need this whole thing divided by 1000. 2, boom, okay. And then we need to do 3 minus this. 2, 1, Okay. And this is actually what needs to math.floor. So math.floor, this whole thing. 1, 0, go, and then game over. Yeah, I don't know what I did, but this works better. And then just this whole thing plus 1. Plus 1. So, the golden rule of computing. Something goes wrong, you fix it, you're never wrong in the first place. And now we're playing snake, we're playing snake, we're playing snake, we die. 3, 2, 1, go. Boom. 3, 2, 1, go. 3, 2, 1, go. Maybe our game over should also use the print shadow function. Draw game over. This should also be print shadow. Let's kill myself. Now it's not printing at all. Oh, because I don't need to send that. Not working? I also don't need to send, I do need to send color for print shadow. But I don't need to send the fix width. So I'm not sure why this is not giving me the shadow. 2, 1, go. It goes game over, there's no shadow. Print shadow, text X, Y, color scale. Wait a second, where is my second line in print shadow that actually prints the shadow? Did I accidentally remove that? Let me quickly back up. Before I fixed all of this stuff. Oh, because I'm calling print shadow twice to do what I wanted to do. I'm being an idiot. Okay. Instead of doing this, instead of calling print shadow twice, what I need to do is in print shadow, I need to do it twice. It's such a... Why? Ugh, I'm an idiot. Print shadow at that location. But then we go to print shadow, and then here we do this. We print it twice. And we're printing text at X, Y, X plus Y, Y plus Y, color 0, and oh, and then scale. Like so. I can't believe I made such a stupid mistake. So now that has shadow, and oof, that is entirely wrong. Two, 1, and die. Okay, cool. That's not bad. I wonder if I should make that shadow only 1 pixel off from before. No, but this looks cool. This looks cool.